morning, viewers. Welcome to Global Entertainment News Breakfast Show, your daily dose of news and updates. I am your host, Bella, and joining me on the studio today are
So,
we are taking today's top story from Punch and Vanguard newspaper, and today's top story from Punch: Telecoms tariff hike. Subscribers meet NCC today as laborers mobilize for showdown. The National Association of Telecommunication Subscribers will engage the Nigerian Communication Commission on Friday, seeking a possible reversal of the 50% telecom tariff hike to 10% as the Nigerian Labour Congress signal readiness for protest. The federal government approved 50% increase after operators initially requested a 100% hike. However, subscribers are pushing for a 10% adjustment, and if talk fall, they plans to file for a protest, weeks to challenge the decision.
But to me, I think it's actually a good step by the National Labour Congress to, to, to intervene in this matter because this telecom tariff hike is really affecting the masses, I tell you, because most people don't find it hard to subscribe for data to buy airtime, and
Exactly.
now you are
adding to it.
and now you're making them feel that the service you render to them is now worse than they expect. Some of them even have network issues, and this money is being deducted, and there's no even compensation to the failure in their own part. To me, I think it's a very good idea for the NLC
NCC.
to actually
Well, to my own
intervene in
opinion,
this.
what I'm thinking about right now, that at this moment that Nigeria is actually struggling to meet up its economy, is not the right time for the telecom and the government to
Increase the
actually
tariff hike.
to increase the tariff, because it's very very unfortunate for right now that most people have already abandoned social media because they feels like the money that I'm going to be using to do subscription, why not I use it to eat. So the government should have at least agreed on the 10 or 20% of it, not making it a 50-50 of a thing. It's really, really something that they have to bring down. It's too high for us right now because we can't even combine the economic and then the telecom and then adding everything together. It's just as if that the frustration is just going to be getting
A lot of things is even going on, and to come and add tariff this thing
exactly.
to it. Like, where do you want people to start from?
The government is actually looking for a way to stress us and gain from the loan they've collected from
Sincerely, if they're actually
the
taking from us, it's not a problem. But what are they using the money to do? If you are saying what they are using the money to do, we won't talk sincerely. But what are they using
No,
the money to
the
do?
I think it's actually the suggestion of the telecom company that they wanted to make it of 100%, which the government says that it should
Should
be
be
of
50
50%,
instead of
and
100.
then the Labour Congress now is trying to bring out a protest and says that this shouldn't be because 50% is too much. It's too much for a middle class, a common man in Nigeria to actually be able to afford all this. It's too much.
let me tell you, do you know if the government accept this 50% increase in hike, you can't buy a card of 100 naira and use it for 1 minute again.
No, you can't.
You can't even buy data of 1 gig and use it for
A
For an
day
hour.
or a
A
day.
day,
for
Kev.
1 hour.
An
You can't use it
hour.
for 1 hour
You,
again.
you
An hour.
can't.
The kind of speed the data
Be
and
consuming.
mostly networks are not even bad. Networks won't have even their own effect in wasting data.
You just
Exactly.
that you did 1 gig and
It's already
it's
gone.
gone.
Let's move on. OAU students murder. A court affirmed Osun hotelers death sentences. The Court of Appeal Akure Ondo State Divisions on Thursday upheld the death sentence passed on a popular hotel owner, Dr. Raymond Adedoyin, who was found guilty in the murder of an ex-master's student of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Tony Adegoke. The appeal court, in a lead judgment read by Justice Oyebisi Omolaye, upheld of the May upheld the May 2023 judgment of an Osun High Court in Oshobo, which convicted Adedoyin and two hotel workers, Adeyemi Adeoba and Oyatunde Kazeem, of conspiracy and murder of Adegoke.
Imagine since 2021, he was found dead in November 2021 at the Adedoyin Hilton hotel.
Yeah. Well, how can a hotel manager be in a conspiracy of a death? Like, I don't.
Are we actually going to say he was in a conspiracy?
Yeah, it was a conspiracy and also a murder. That is what the news talks about. And then I feel, what is the conspiracy about the murder of this student that is
Yes.
on?
You see, I tell you, it's only when you die that you can't defend yourself.
Exactly.
We can't actually know what really happened because in this point of view, you might be seeing it as if the person that actually killed or the person that conspired to kill this particular person is guilty, but we don't know the role Adegoke
The
has actually played
blade.
in the past that led to his death. So what the government needs to do is to investigate this matter deeply. Let's know the
Exactly.
reason why death. Because for you to kill someone in an hotel, there should be enough reason. You can't just walk into an hotel and go there and kill somebody. It's either
Yes.
the person has done
It,
something to you before, or you were paid to kill the person, or the person had issue with a particular person. So I think the security agencies need to investigate this matter a lot
yeah,
for us
they
to know
have
what
already
really
passed
happened.
down sentences on the manager, so I think that he's already going to be facing the same.
No, yeah, if the investigation, it's the right thing for the judge to do, the appeal court to do, for them to pass judgment. But if they really investigate this matter again, it can actually be
He might as well be
Yeah,
found guilty.
will there be more
released.
time for the judge to actually put
If
him?
if if, if he's found innocent, it doesn't take the judge any minutes for them to send a letter to the prison warden for them to release him. It's as simple as that. But it's just want to do small vacation.
And what is the use of CCTV camera when you are not using it in the hotel?
I don't think all those let me say the little hotel, like those small mini, can most of them don't have CCTV camera in their lodge.
And they are charging people a lot of money.
If you are if you
Not
are if you are
all.
if you are going to an hotel where you are paying 4,000, 5,000,
You hardly
you don't
see
expect
you won't see a
camera there.
CCTV camera there. That is what. Let's move on. FG to build 10,000 housing units for the healthcare workers. The federal government has announced plans to build 10,000 housing units under the Renew Hope Med Cities initiative. The project, which is being led by the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development in collaboration with the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Health, and the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, aims to provide affordable and decent housing for medical professionals across the country.
It's a good thing to do, is a plus one to them.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do, but yeah, our own hope is that, well, this government actually going to take the leading step to do this, because there are some of those health workers that actually leave their hometown to go to
To
other
work.
countries to work, and then they struggle with housing, and then they let me say the house rent could be expensive, and then
Do more than their salaries.
exactly.
I don't support this part of federal government building 10,000 housing units for healthcare workers. This is the same
It's
thing.
across the country.
This is the same thing we heard the last time that judges were given houses,
Cars.
cars and everything. It's, these people are being paid for these things. It's their work. I know how much health workers charge when it comes to anything, their salary and everything. Out of all the aside politicians and senators, I think workers collect more salaries than they are one of the top five people that collect more salaries in the country. So I don't expect the government to start saying, okay, this 10,000
The 10th.
housing unit now. I know how much the government will collect for this project. At the end of the day, they will probably use half of it. But
Yeah.
those people are always looking for a means to extort money from the federal government's purse, because there's a lot of money there for them to just find one particular
Projects.
resume that, okay, oh, this is what we want to do. quotation of all the things we want to do.
And then it's going to be on Nigerian budget.
To be on Nigerian post, and Nigeria they will just sign the budget, give them 15 trillion naira. They know that okay, inside this trillion naira, they will move out of the money for themselves. I don't think it's the best project to make for now.
Well, it can actually be of help to most of the health workers that leave their hometown to other places to work, and then it can be of help. That is what I think. But the 10,000 housing that
Will
is
it
just
be enough?
no. It's not as if it's not going to be enough. I think it's too much because across the country, though, across the
No, we have
Nigerian.
36 states. There's still different local governments.
Yeah, I know. So what I'm trying to say is that the Nigerian economic right now is really, really soaring, and then 10,000 house is going to gather a whole lot of money from the Nigerian.
Let me tell you, these same people you are producing 10,000 houses for, they have where they live before. There are so many homeless people in the street that don't have where they live. This 10,000 houses should be what the government, federal government should be preparing for those people, the homeless people that don't have where to live.
Okay.
Instead of preparing another 10,000 houses for people that have where they live before, after they finish working there, they will go back to where they live. If the administration of where they work cannot provide staff room where they are going to stay, I don't think it's work for the federal government to start bringing money from their own purse to provide. All these services they render, they are being paid for it now. You can even general hospital, before you do something, they will pay for something. So all those money, where is the money going to?
But you know the money is not going to, is not entering their heads, Baba. It's going to the government back
It's going
because they will remit the
If
money.
it's going to the government, there should be an account for what this particular hospital is generating. So
Exactly.
they should be able to bring out money from that place and cater for the
Needs of the
staffs. I don't think it's a problem for the federal government to start. This is another
Not
propaganda
at
for them
this,
to.
not at this moment.
Yeah, there's another
Not at this
propaganda for
moment.
them to extort money from our wallet.
Not at this moment.
Government
Let's
is doing
move
it.
on. Prospective coppers member killed everything Ebonyi NYC camp. At least one prospective member of the National Youth Service Corps was killed in a fatal road accident that happened in Ebonyi State on Wednesday. The deceased female prospective copper member was among a group of 12 prospective coppers member in a 14-seater bus involved in the accident.
Well, many people will go serve their fatherland because they die for the land.
That is the tragic one.
God.
That is the tragic.
God, so rest in perfect peace.
The most good one is that not all of them that we heard that it was just one, and then may her soul rest in peace, or he or she may have soul rest in peace. But this accident of a road is something that it really needs to be concerning. It needs the attention of the government and then the road safety corps to always address the drivers and then the road
Exactly.
as
Like
well.
the cars they drive.
See,
It needs to be.
when it comes to accident, you can't stop it.
I know.
It's something that will always happen. Even though the government make, let me tell you, if the government make the best road that from here to Abuja, you can't see any pothole on the road. If the government provide that kind of road, that is when you see more accidents.
Yeah.
Because some drivers will tend to
Reckless
be on their
drivers.
high speed,
Mhm.
and the cost of fuel alone sef will make some drivers always want to be on high speed.
To quickly reach
So
where they
they
are
will
going
get where
to.
they are going to, and they will not waste fuel. And some drivers are always reckless to the extent that they tend to forget their secondary drive. Like one of these incidents I had in December period in December. So all these things are accident is something you've not. We're talking about now a commuter bus having this kind of accident. You've not seen when police
Same.
van is even having an accident.
Yes.
I've seen a situation where road safety
I
hits
think-
police car. That was the funniest scenario I've ever seen in my life. Road safety crashing onto a police car. Who go settle the
Nigeria
matter?
are good
Government.
at Nigeria are this kind of person that are good at reckless driving. You tend to see some motor that feels like they wanted to overtake a trailer. Even a bike man who just wanted to. Some of them don't. The bike men don't even have a helmet to even protect themselves. When the time they make it so compulsory that both the passenger and the bike they should put on a helmet, you're going to see some people that feels like the helmet is too smelly. I can't put it on my head. No, I don't want to put it on my head before they will take my head on my. So Nigeria, we are just full of that, but we are not even ready to be conscious of safety conscious that we just wanted to ride. And today's top story from Vanguard. Pastor's corpse found in his residence 15 months after declared missing. Yanagawa, resident of Jacob Berendugo Street along the Osiri Exile of Yanagawa, the Bayelsa State capital, where on Wednesday right thrown into bewilderment following the discovery of the skeleton of 45-year-old preacher Esere Ikolo in his residence 15, some 15 months after he was declared missing. 15
15
months.
months. That's a year and 3 months.
Yes.
You know, the corpse was actually discovered in a female residence. But see, all these things, I tell you,
No, this is one of his relatives actually came to check. That was house hunting, and then came to check on him if he's around. Then, due to our own searching, you went through
She
the
saw the
toilet
corpse there.
and then found the uncles like sitting on the toilet and with singlet. The skin was already gone. It was
Wow.
just the skeleton that was sitting.
yeah,
So sad.
Yeah, it's so sad. Like for 15 good months, and then none of the residents actually could even this
No matter how.
let me tell you, it depends on what kind of place you are staying. Where I stay, you can be in that house for 1 year. Nobody dares to come and knock except the person was
when we
invited.
talk about all
But
these
they are
estates.
relatives now. The
No,
relatives.
no, those are it's just as if that they were just neighboring like neighbors and all that. Maybe they don't even actually. They says they didn't even perceive any foul smells or something like that. But they says it was missing. Why the door was not break down so that they can go inside and check?
But when the person wanted to collect the house, they were able to break the door down for the person. No.
No, it was maybe let me say a cousin of his that was house hunting, and then she walked around the house and then looked through the window in the toilet side. That is when he found his uncle sitting with just the singlet. Like maybe the man went to the toilet too, and then
And
that
died
is
there.
where he died. And then the neighbor says they never perceived any foul smell, and then they feels like the man they thought that he was missing because 15 months is too. That was a year plus.
A year and 3 months.
Let me tell you, so many things can happen that you will feel okay that this person probably is not around. You see that the door was locked from outside.
Yeah.
If the door was not locked from outside, I believe so many people would have entered inside
what I'm
to check
saying.
what really happened.
But it's not only when the guy is looking for a house.
He died by himself or he was murdered. So they are two different. And for that corpse not to smell, I think it was a murder. For the corpse not to smell. Someone
We
cannot
didn't
just
have
die
returned
inside.
the skeleton back into the room without anybody noticing
So
that.
it might be killed silently.
Because if the man was not murdered, that kind of person you can't die for over a year plus. A year,
2 weeks, the person will have been
3 months,
smelling
and
like.
no smell. So I think it's a clean job being done by somebody outside.
Wow. Let's move on. Court described Lakurawa sect declares it terrorist organization. The Federal High Court in Abuja yesterday proscribed the Lakurawa sect and declared it as a terrorist organization. The court also designed it other similar group in any part of Nigeria, especially in Northwest. For how many months have the Lakurawa been in existence? And then it's just now that the
Just
court
found out.
is declaring it as a terrorist organization. Wow, wow.
When the bigger people are involved, the court are also tend to act foolish sometimes because this I tell people that any terrorist group that has the mind to come outside and start holding weapons, entering villages, killing people, buying arms, buying bullets, buying everything. When looking at their pictures, I tell them that these people are the ones that they have the money to buy guns.
And the
Have
court
money
is,
to
and the
buy
court
all this
just
kind of.
feels like they have to come out now and describe it as a terrorist.
There is actually some people funding these people that makes them feel that okay, they can come out and do anything they want to do. Even the judge said that said the courts that actually give them they call them a terrorist group after how many months of all this. Mostly, let me tell you, I'm not. I don't want to say something that at the end of the day they will find me come or something like that. But me, I
No.
believe all these people are working
Together.
in terms of they are working together.
Yeah, but
These are just propaganda for us to believe.
since last year, they're just declaring it as a terrorist. It's a good one. Moving on, telecom tariff will be reviewed periodically. Idon, Minister of Finance and the coordinating ministers of the economic, Mr. Wole Idun, has said that the tariff in the telecommunication sector will be reviewed periodically. Periodically, indeed. Idun spoke to Arise TV yesterday at the ongoing 2025 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Recall that Nigeria Communication Commission (NNC) Monday granted approval to
See,
implement 50% of this. Like, is it something that is going to be like the protest that wanted to come out from the Labour Congress? Is it as they are going to be periodically viewing what if they have to bring it down or they have to increase it?
So,
let me tell you, these people, is when they go for a meeting that is bigger than them, they will come out and they will always want to give the public something to talk about. If you look at this meeting now, you saw that the meeting was not held in Nigeria; it was held in Davos,
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yes.
So is actually doing is one of the biggest part of his job to do. For him to travel out and represent the country in a particular meeting,
Um,
and he felt that okay, I can't just go to this meeting and come back with nothing to give to the country. So the best thing for them to come out and talk about is we are going to be doing this
Yes,
periodically
Gali.
for the country, for the nation to feel that okay, you went for this meeting, you brought something back for us. All these things are propaganda for us.
There's one thing about this man is that whenever he wants to talk, he doesn't actually go straight to the point, or he tries to actually support the idea that whatever this administration is doing is the right thing for Nigeria. He has never been against anything that the administration has done. No, when he talks about the tariff, he says that is the best thing that the president has, the best step that the president has actually
Okay.
taken, and I feels like he's actually fighting for his own pocket. It's actually in his own favor that this thing is going on. He doesn't care whether how we are feeling, if it's going to favor us or not. He doesn't buy it. Whatever data that is going to be used, the core credit and all that is good.
In fact, they are using a free this thing. So how we then know how we are all feeling?
This man, really, I don't even know which side he is, but he should just maintain whichever side that he is. It's really so annoying. Let's move on. Nigerians energy sector attracted $6.7 billion investment in 2024. The special advisor to the president on energy, Ms. Olu Dehenege, says a total of 6.7 billion naira was invested in Nigerian energy sector 2024. She disclosed it in a report titled Presidency Energy Sector Wrap Up 2024, released by the office.
6.7 billion
Billion
dollars.
dollars.
Yes.
You can see that Nigeria is actually we actually seeing money, but we don't know where the money is
I
going to.
always say it.
Energy sector 6.7. The last time we heard was tourism made over
Yeah, in
And it was
Lagos.
just Lagos alone.
Yeah.
just imagine how much is coming to this country, and tomorrow we wake up tomorrow and we hear that the government has gone again to borrow
To borrow
That
another
loan.
money.
if all this money you are making from investment, you are making from tourism, you are making from power sector, you are making from every part of the country, you can't bring them together and see how much you made and pay all this loan, but we keep borrowing loan and borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. You don't know where the money is going to.
Just
Don't know
like
where-
you said the last time, I think it's some of those government investments in the foreign country, like the banks that have already invested money. That is what they are using to. They are borrowing it as their own, so that Nigeria will be the one to pay
pay
for
back.
it. So it's their own money. They are making it look as if that they are borrowing Nigeria, but it is their
Their
own
own
money.
money. Yeah.
My own is that what the government is doing shouldn't stop what the poor masses is going to eat every day, and the way they feel. People are really suffering. That's what the government don't know. I think the government they are being blinded to the fact that where they stay, the kind of environment they stay, it's not proof to them to see how Nigerians are really
Others are
suffering.
suffering.
If the government have this policy that at least 2 times in a week or once in a month or twice in a month they have this free excursion to walk around a particular, if it's a governor, walk around your
States.
state. If you check how many local governments you have in your state, pick a particular day in a month, or twice or thrice in a month, particular day. Visit those local government and see where they are lacking.
Mhm.
If you are seeing, if I tell you, if the government or the governors go to all those local places where people are really suffering, so there's some place in Lagos where people live on top of water. They live
Exactly.
on canoe. They cook on canoe. Just go to those places. You see. If I tell you, if these people don't cry and come out there, if they don't have human
They
feeling,
are only after their own. They are only after their own interest. They don't even really care about how it should be. They are only after their own interest.
so I will see other countries in the western part of the country. You see the way they react to something. You see a president himself will actually go to a place and see what is really happening there with their own eyes. But then they will rather send a representative to go there and
Even
and
if they
and
still send the representative will still wanted to get their own share out of it. They would
Mhm.
rather go outside country and have their treatment, send their kids to outside country to for the education and all that, while the one at
says
home is
no. Some of
crumbling.
those things, we actually stop because thank God Donald Trump has entered and he has laid some policies of you are bringing your child from a country to come and give birth here and you're expecting the citizenship. Donald Trump has slashed that. That was one of the best things I was even happy about because all these
Yeah.
politicians are always traveling, taking their children's child, travel them abroad to go and give birth so they will collect citizenship. All those ones have stopped in the UK, in the US. So I expect more from Donald Trump to tackle all these people. What I
You know,
expect now
you
is
have to
bringing your
know
money.
that Nigeria is actually different from the US.
No, what I
You
expect
just
from the
have to
US
know
now
that.
to tackle Nigeria is for them to come out and say, okay, you can't come to our country and save your money. That's what I'm expecting now.
No, not to borrow any money.
I'm expecting that because most of all this money they are stealing from us, they prefer stealing it in dollars.
Mhm.
So they were able to take it to a dollar account there and save it. It's from there they
Exactly.
call their bank manager, send this so amount this. Most of them don't have
Naira
money in their this
online.
thing. They don't send money in Nigeria again. That's why we don't see money is not circulating. They convert it to dollar, send it to a Swiss account there, put it in their account there. Once they need the money, they will call probably their daughter or their child there or their bank manager, send this so amount to me. Their money is there, they are in control of it here.
Hmm.
Wow. Thank you for joining us on the Breakfast Show today. I've been your host, Bella, and be sure to join us again tomorrow. Don't forget to like,